Lined up today to get their copy of Windows 95, one of the most anticipated computer operating systems in years. Many people lined up early to get a copy, and some local computer stores opened up early to accommodate them. Our Rick Griffith is standing by live at Office Max, where sales have been brisk. Rick, is the after-work crowd rolling in yet?
Not noticing a lot of people piling in just yet, but certainly they will be coming along pretty soon. It's been busy here at Office Max on Ming Avenue all day long. A million questions for the managers here and such. One thing for certain, Windows 95 is being billed as probably the biggest computer event in history. The personal computing industry hasn't seen anything like it. The hype is bordered on hysteria and caused midnight madness all across the country as stores began selling the $89 program at midnight. It's supposed to unlock the potential of your computer so you can work even easier and faster, exploring new possibilities while having some fun at the same time. In short, it's a sophisticated enabler that local merchants are happy to finally be able to sell.
Yeah, this morning when we first opened up, they were waiting outside the doors and they came in. There was a real rush this morning.
Well, I work a lot with the computer, and it's billed as being easier and faster, and if it makes my work easier, then I'll be very happy.
But not everyone is quick to buy.
Well, I actually haven't heard very much about it at all. I was just trying to see how it differed from what I already have. I have 6.0 with 3.1 Windows at home.
And more fun than the old program. A 25-year veteran in
One stumbling block for users is the installation. It's quite a challenge.
It's not that easy to install. If you have an older machine, like a 386 DX40, the more or less typical machine that most end users have, it takes about 3.5 hours to install it.
Back our new midnight madness all across.
When we first opened up, they were waiting outside the doors and they came in. There was a real rush this morning.
Well, I work a lot with the computer, and it's billed as being easier and faster, and if it makes my work easier, then I'll be very happy.
Well, I actually haven't heard very much about it at all. I was just trying to see how it differed from what I already have. I have 6.0 with 3.1 Windows at home, and this was supposed to be faster. It does say that games are a lot faster.
It's not that easy to install. If you have an older machine, like a 386 DX40, the more or less typical machine that most end users have, it takes about 3.5 hours to install it.
Now, Galen and Natalie, if you don't already have Windows, there are a bunch of programs that will help you get through it. But if you do already have Windows, I understand that even though some people say it'll take you 3 hours to install it, it's pretty easy. One gentleman was just telling me that, hey, this new program practically installs itself, and if you go along with the directions, let it do its thing, it'll take only about an hour. Also, Galen, I know that later on in the show you're going to have a story about this one local company that's riding the success wave of Windows 95. Pretty interesting stuff.
A lot of people are riding that success wave, especially here in town. We've got a couple companies that are doing that. What about the other companies, Rick? You mentioned that they may have to upgrade their computers a little bit to run this if they've got one of the older machines. Has there been a run on some of that computer equipment?
Well, you know, really not. You're talking to a guy who has a 1986 IBM clone. I guess it's like a VW compared to a Ferrari. A lot of people, if you're going to upgrade and get this, you are going to have to buy some other hardware to go with it. But if you need some help, any of the computer stores in town can help you out on it, and it does a lot of things the old Windows didn't do, so I guess it really is worthwhile.
Well, that's good. Some people go here in the station said that they don't do Windows, so we'll see exactly what happens.
Try it out.
Thanks.